Hello everybody and welcome to the final episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but there's 4 links. I should have really come up with a catchier name, but I suppose it's a little bit too late for that. Now to explain what on earth is going on to those of you who are new, and to those of you who are generally just confused, we're using the Auto Build Ninjutsu mod by Miztr-Sage, which allows us to create clones of Link. And these clones will copy the weapons and outfit of the Link that created them. But their originality doesn't end there, and they'll also follow his exact movements. Or I should say, the clones will also follow my movements that I do with the controller. For example, if I use the analog stick to move around, then the other Links will also move around. If I try to jump, they try to jump. But if I put them on a control stick, they obviously won't be able to move around. The last thing to note about the clones is that they all have their own separate amount of health, and if one of them dies, so will the main Link. Now since this is going to be the final fight, I have come quite prepared. We've got a good selection of bows, I managed to pick up the Hylian shield, I've also made some weapons, I've gone with a spear with Nadra's horn, and for the final fight I've gone for a Royal Guard sword with a Gloom sword fused to it. The final preparations were making 2 sets of meals. One to boost our attack and another to give us some extra hearts, along with 3 or 4 fairies, although I'm not entirely sure fairies will even work. Sadly, the meals themselves won't heal the clones, and the only way for the clones to obtain the bonuses is for them to be made after the bonus has been applied to Link. But now that's all out of the way, we can hop right in. I kind of forgot about that. Clones also disappear in between loading zones, so we'll have to make them again once we reach the bottom. Now until we get to the demon army, I really want to try and avoid fighting most things, but I think there will be some sections where we have no other choice. Now we just have to hope no Horriblins stop me from climbing. It looks like I've got a Guardian Angel Horriblin looking out for me. I'm going to freeze these 2 though, just to make sure. And there we go. Probably should have thought that through. Although it won't be too bad so long as we just make sure we stay together. Am I the only one who dropped their spear? So it looks like me and Red are without a spear, although I can just equip one. Now fighting this Lynel would most definitely lead to my death, but maybe I can pull off a headshot and quickly run. That most definitely was a headshot, but it didn't seem to do anything. It seemed to work that time. Just quickly, please climb before it gets back up. It may be time to reload our save. Something I haven't mentioned is if the clones die, my game just freezes. So it's probably best to actually load before I die. Now we're going to try and use a Link mobile here. Even if I got past the Lynel thinking about it, I think you have to use recall shortly afterwards, which doesn't work when you have clones. Now we won't be able to get through here in one go, so we might as well try and get as far as we can. We've just lost purple, which isn't too bad so long as it's only one clone. I completely forgot about the falling floor. Now something I didn't mention earlier is the clones themselves can fall through or phase through anything that is ultra handable, and some other stuff as well. Now if we spam the jump button, hopefully any of the clones that are still falling will start gliding. And now we go look for them. So red and blue are here, let's quickly just kill the enemies. Get them stuck on a wall. And now I'm being attacked. Now we just need purple. Then fly purple over to green. And now find red and blue again. Well, there's red, but I don't see blue anywhere. How on earth did I not see blue? Now we are finally all back together. And I better make sure I save actually, just in case something happens. I think I'm going to take out these two Lizal first, because we are going to have to build something to get to the other side. Might as well pick up some of this stuff. I'm pretty sure I don't have to break any walls to get through. Where's red? Oh, please don't. I am incredibly glad I saved. And it looks like I'm dead. This time I'm going to wait until I've actually crossed the gap. Quick freeze, there's really no need to fight them. Same with this guy. Now for some arrow collecting. Now we should be fairly close to the Demon King's army fight by now. Now is this the jump, or is there another one after this? It looks like it's the one after. because before we actually get into the fight, we are going to have to save and reload, then apply the bonuses to Link, and then make the clones. All the bonuses are ready. I've decided for my Link to have the spear to freeze them, and then everyone else will have the stronger swords. And it looks like we're already separated. Blue is up there, we just need to take this nice and slowly. I'm quite surprised the cutscene waited for Blue Link. I don't think the floor is supposed to look like that. Now this section is going to take a very long time and is going to be quite boring, so I'll probably speed this up, unless something interesting happens. And the game is frozen. Now this does happen sometimes when using clones and bows together. I think what we'll do is cut to the start of the Moblin round. Now that was fairly uneventful, and hopefully the Ganon fight is much the same. This isn't supposed to happen. It is, yeah, okay, so one Link has been teleported. I obviously can't save. But there's only one actually beyond the wall. This may be an issue. We can't walk through the wall. No. It is just purple on the other side. Oh, and I'm dead. The new plan will be do this all over again, but without the clones, and then once I'm in there, make the clones. Now I've tried to replicate everything as best I could. I'm going to have 3 hearts and no fairies. I also need to find out where the cutscene actually starts so I can lock the clones in place. Okay, that I promise was a misclick. That wasn't just the worst time parry ever, that was just an accident. Let's go again. I'm really glad that they actually have a save point just before this. Now I have just realised I accidentally made every Link red, so this will just be a practice run. first we'll pause the game, although not in the traditional sense. And the clones are just here. And the barrier starts a little bit before the red glob thing. Okay, well, it's all learning experience anyway. No idea why I didn't have a shield equipped. Probably should have gotten rid of that fairy. And you are unable to block that attack. All valuable knowledge. Why is that clone crouched? And why is this other one still in the steering stick? Nice and slowly. Jump off the steering sticks. Turn around and block. Everyone's together. Dodge. It is getting better. This time by next week. This is going quite well. The question is now when to attack. Now that's a little bit scary. Looking at what happened there, it may be best for the clones to be a little bit further away but still kind of close. We also did pretty good damage, which I guess isn't surprising considering there is 4 of us. Play it safe, nice and easy. So his dodges aren't really a problem. What killed me? Did Ganondorf just do like a 1-inch punch with a spear and kill one of the clones? Wait, I forgot to eat my fairy. Eat? Well, I don't know what Link does to the fairy really, but... Also, ignore the hearts on the screen. They're not very reliable. Nice and slowly. Right now. Oh, come on. Ganondorf just decides he can attack twice in a row. Which, I guess, is actually kind of fair considering this isn't a turn-based RPG, but still annoying. Now get close to me. Good, good, good. Oh, Ganondorf, you. Very difficult to make clones dodge a move while you're on opposite sides of Ganondorf. If I move closer to Ganondorf, the clones move further away and dodge the attack, but I still get hit. And if I move further away, then the clones move closer. I seem to suddenly have 2 extra hearts. Or I should say 2 extra parts that haven't been affected by the gloom. Now I think what's happened is that the main Link has been killed, the other ones haven't, so for some reason that gives me extra hearts. Normally what happens is the clones get me killed, which then freezes the game. Then I have to restart the game, which takes me before the army fight. So I've had to mess with the save editor so I can actually load in here. I wonder if it can happen multiple times, and does it stack? But I will take any help I can get. Well, that looked pretty cool, if nothing else. That is an incredibly quick wind-up. This is looking good. Very good. One more opening and I think that may do it. Here we go. Now I should let you guys know that this phase of the boss is like, I think 1/3, since the next phase has 5,000 health and this one has 2,500. Now as cool as a clone showdown would be, I would rather the sages get in here pretty quick.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
You will be, Tulin.
Show the Demon King who's boss, Link.
Now it sounds and looks like the Gloom Swords are starting to break. That was incredibly close. Was that the explosion that just killed me? Did Minoru just blow me up? Minoru was better when they were just a disembodied voice. Although thinking about it, I don't think I would have beat Ganondorf on that occasion. Flurry Rush worked? Kind of. Ganondorf is just frozen. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Although it would be nice to know how to replicate this. Barely touched Red Link. I need a way to slow down the actual Ganondorf from attacking whoever spawns in the middle. Maybe a well-placed arrow in his forehead. Wow. I'm alive? Go for the headshot, and Link dies of a sudden heart attack. No, don't lock onto him, lock onto the actual Ganondorf. I can't believe I'm actually starting to get annoyed at the game for not helping me with my 3 extra links. It may be best for me to take a small break. We are back, it's a new day, and this time we have the Scimitar of the Seven with a Gloom Sword fused to it. I've also made some meals to get rid of the gloom, which won't be super useful, but will allow us to start with full health. Phase 2, or I guess maybe it's Phase 3. It is much quicker with these weapons though. And now it's meal time, although it won't help with the clones, but it will still protect me from dying, kind of. I'm going to assume that one of the shields were destroyed. Mealtime. Although I have just done this in the wrong order. Blue is down, but we should be able to do some pretty good damage. I'm fairly confident you can hit these back, but I think it does do damage to your weapon. Now I am going to switch weapon to something a little bit stronger considering the fuse has been destroyed. New shield. Oh, hang on, I've just got to do something. Right, I am back. Probably not a great idea to stop playing during a boss fight. Hopefully this won't affect the outcome. Not a great start. I think the issue with a lot of attacks that rely on sort of tracking is that assuming they're going for the green link, even if they miss, they'll still hit another link. Ah, blue didn't have a shield. I think I just slowly walked him into that attack as well. Not a great start, although we are doing some really good damage. I think I've accidentally become the tank in the group here. That's probably the fastest I've ever done that. And I guess it doesn't matter too much if they injure Green Link because I can actually heal him. Pretty good. Get back. Wait for the sages to aggro the clones. Phase 2. Or Phase 3 again. Now I did hear some weapon breaks there, but this is going really well. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this, or I may have even edited it out. But I know some of you have watched the previous videos, may already be aware of this. But with the clones, you can actually clone weapons. All you have to do is get the clones to throw their weapons, and then you kind of like pick them up. So if you're wondering why I have 2 scimitars of the 7, that's why. I've also picked up some extra fairies, which I think work on the clones, although the effect doesn't go off. But I do feel like they're taking quite a lot of damage. This is looking really good. Maybe 1 or 2 more openings. They've been really good at taking damage this time. And for a second I thought one of the clones was dead, but it was actually just Reju. Oh, it's finally over. I think that's taken me like 4 or 5 hours now. Although a lot of that is just sat there making clones and watching the game freeze over and over again. I should say not 4 hours for that one fight, but 4 hours for everything I've recorded so far. Now, the next fight is either going to be incredibly difficult or impossible. But for now, I can relax. And it's frozen again. I wonder if the clones are like still down there in the castle. And that somehow made the game freeze. Attempt 2. And as soon as I get control, we'll try and make a clone. I think I may end up falling off a few times. Oh, okay, well, I think I'll try and make them on the demon dragon, because it obviously moves a little bit less. And hopefully we can hide in one of its recess hole things. I thought I nearly made one there. Oh, are you okay there, Red? I think Red may have just completely fallen through. It looks like sadly we may have to do this one solo. Does a light dragon normally act like this? Because at the moment they look like they're playing an incredibly intense game of Snake. Wait, I think I can see the red clone. Let's see if we can reunite with them. Oh, it looks like the light dragon is picking up Red Link. Is it actually picking up Red Link, or is it just like a visual thing? Has the dragon just left me down here? Oh wait, we're fine, hang on. What? It still hasn't picked me up. Am I not the protagonist? Is Red the real hero? Am I just a side character? I'll just quickly teleport myself up, because I think I may be stuck. I can't believe the light dragon and Red would do that to me. And that is the end of the series. I had a look recently and I actually started this series on around the 1st of October. I guess it would have been a little bit before that because, you know, obviously I record before I upload them. But thank you to those of you who've watched the series. Some of you may have realised that actually 2 of the videos in the series have been removed, which was a few days ago. I randomly woke up with an email and it mentioned that 2 of the videos have been taken down by Nintendo. Although I do have plans to fix that situation, I suppose. But sadly, there's obviously very little I can really do. Now, in terms of what's next, I would like to replace this series with something kind of similar because I like to keep some variation. And I do enjoy doing the kind of more playthrough style things because it has more, I guess, creative input. And I was planning to do a much shorter series of maybe playing through the game using the Punch mod. It has technically already been done before. I believe the YouTube channel is called Night Potato, and they do a lot of Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs but with mods or challenges. Although I do plan to go about it in a different way, maybe do 3 or 4 videos, and much shorter than this one, because this must be like 8 or 9 videos by now. Also, thank you for the 4,000 subscribers. I know I often say thank you, and it probably doesn't mean much because I do say it at the end of every video, but it does actually mean a lot for people to subscribe, especially comments. Even if I don't necessarily respond to all of them, some of them are kind of hard to respond to, but they are very much appreciated. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Should